lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
You can't tell the story of high school hockey in Michigan without these two classic programs. And they're battling in early February at Orchard Lake St. Mary's as the Eaglets host Cranbrook. Welcome, ice level, and another fun night of high school hockey in our great state of Michigan. Ben Holden, Evan Stockton, alongside the rest of our great crew. Ben, on one side, you got St. Mary's. There may not be a high school hockey team in Michigan playing better hockey right now, but they got a challenge tonight. They're facing a red-hot Cranbrook team and a red-hot goaltender.
They really are. Let's start with Orchard Lake in terms of what they've done. They come in winners of 6 of their last 7. They're 6-0-1. Cranbrook's won 3 in a row. And the goalie you're talking about, Garrett Dudler, we talked to John LaFontaine, longtime coach, brother of Pat LaFontaine, great hockey family here in the state of Michigan. He said he reminds him of Ryan Miller, who John coached in the North American Hockey League in Sault Ste. Marie. That is quite a compliment. He's big, he's tall, he's long, he's athletic. He can do everything.
You know, when these two teams played last year, Cranbrook lost 9-1. Ben, I don't think we're exaggerating when we say there's no way in the world this game's going to be 9-1 tonight.
I mean, who knows? But, you know, I mean, St. Mary's, they had their senior night here, and that's something that you want to come out, you want to play that senior night game, you want to play well. And on Orchard Lake side of things, there's a player that I think everyone should watch in this game, number 18, Julian Johnston. We've seen him a couple times. This young man has all the skill in the world. We talked to Brian Clano pregame. I said, is this a kid that wants the whole thing? And he said, yes, meaning the whole thing, meaning this young man, his sights are set on the NHL. And I think once you see him play tonight, you may agree with that.
St. Mary's entire team has their sights set on a state championship, and they're playing great hockey. Excited to watch the boys work tonight. And excited to see the test that Cranbrook will give them. Puck drop coming up in a second. Eaglets and Cranes on a Wednesday night from Orchard Lake St. Mary's right after this. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Senior night for those guys in red and white. And hoping for a heck of a hockey game between Orchard Lake St. Mary's on their senior night against a red-hot hockey club coming in, the visiting Cranes of Cranbrook, who have won 3 in a row. And oh, by the way, one of their recent losses within the last 3 weeks against the best team in the state, Detroit Catholic Central, 3-1. These guys are going to be ready to go tonight. Excited to see what task they will give Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Evan Stockton, Ben Holden, back with you. Ben, before we drop the puck tonight, a couple of quick keys you think for St. Mary's and Cranbrook.
Yeah, I think for St. Mary's, I mean, it's their senior night. You don't want to have a letdown. That may sound corny, but it's a big game for these players, for their families. We saw them on the ice, their parents going out there with them, so it's a big night for them. It'll be one of the highlights, certainly, of their careers when they're done. I think in terms of the game itself, Evan, for St. Mary's, I think they just got to play their game. They play at such a high pace. They're such a good puck possession team. They keep the puck. They make you defend. They make you chase the game. And when they do that, they are as good, as you said in the open, as good as any team in the state, without question. I think on the Cranbrook side, it starts in net with a young man we talked about, Garrett Dudler, the junior, he's 6'3". This kid's massive, so he's got to be good for them. And I think Cranbrook, they need to be opportunistic, maybe get an early goal, kind of try to dictate the pace here in the game, Evan.
Timko, the top scorer for Cranbrook, takes the face-off, and he wins it to his left. Off we go on a Wednesday night, still early in February, but this is the time of the high school hockey season where every game means a little more. St. Mary's in the offensive zone, a shot on Dudler. He makes the first save, and another one. Arm is already up, and we have a penalty 19 seconds into the game.
And that penalty was called by Brian Smolinski, longtime NHLer. He's skating right by me. I know Smoke for a long time, so it's great to see him involved in the high school game. And we take a look back here at the penalty and that chance in there, and a good chance. And that's what I was talking about, Evan. St. Mary's, they got to play, they got to push the pace, they got to take it. And what I mean by that is take the puck north, get it in the O-zone, and attack. And now they're going to get a power play here early on.
Nation Shea, their starting netminder, watches the guy set up on the power play directly in front of him. Cranbrook finds the puck and clears. The penalty was on Timko, that top goal scorer for Cranbrook we were telling you about a couple of minutes ago, so they will not have him on the kill. St. Mary's coming up the ice real quick on this initial power play of the hockey game.
Yeah, this is a young Cranbrook team that John LaFontaine has, and John is more distinguished than most coaches can ever imagine. He's coached everywhere in junior hockey. He coached at Shattuck St. Mary's, and he spoke really highly of him. He's one of their engines on their team.
Right now that Cranbrook team trying to kill off this power play. Puck is behind the netminder Dudler. St. Mary's gets the extra man to it. Back to the blue line for a big drive that is sucked up by Dudler. Kavik let it go.
Yeah, had a great vantage point of that from down here in the box here at the end of the Cranbrook bench. And I'll tell you what, this young man in net, just watching him here, we've only played a couple of minutes. You can just see technically everything about him is the way it should be. He's an outstanding goalie. You're not going to beat him unless you get him moving side to side.
Especially with that gigantic frame you were talking about.
He's huge, Evan.
Tip shot just went wide. They did get a body in front of Dudler. Still half the power play to go for St. Mary's. They've been buzzing on this man advantage. Puck free in that corner initially. Now it gets stalled out and comes back to the near corner where Horton finds it for Cranbrook, but he cannot clear the zone. Eaglet still holding in the offensive zone. Morgan, one of the men to it in that corner for St. Mary's. Brennan's got it again. Passing in front. Ooh. Another try on Dudler. He sucks up the space. Puck still loose. Blue line try goes wide.
The old adage, your best penalty killer's got to be your goalie. And so far, Evan, with 20 to go in the kill, he has been.
Tough angle shot on Dudler. He got a piece, and apparently that puck didn't hit the mesh. Went high up in the air. Arm up again. We have another penalty call.
Another interference call.
Well, we got a penalty 19 seconds into the game on Cranbrook.
Yep.
And now we get one on St. Mary's.
Yeah, they're going to be shorthanded here, and you got to look at some of their top guys and guys that play up front for this Brian Clano-led team, and they got a bunch of good forwards and a pretty good D-core too. So now with a penalty, we'll go 4-on-4 here for 9 seconds. Then we'll see Cranbrook with a man up.
We have played exactly 19 seconds of 5-on-5 hockey so far tonight.
Yeah. Might be a long game if that's the way it's going to go. That's all right.
You said it, Ben, not me.
We're here for it.
I am here for as long as they will have me.
Me too, man.
Seco starts the breakout for Cranbrook on this power play. Shot from the right side is saved by the catching glove of Shea.
So Brian Clano, you know, you and I have done quite a few of their games the last couple of years, and you know, it seemed like in terms of their goaltending, Will Keene was the guy that at the start of this year was going to be the one that carried the mail, but Mason Shea's really pushed him getting the start here tonight.
Shea now making his 8th start of the year. Keene has made 15. I like both their netminders. I'll stop play here as the net came off its moorings.
Yep. Yeah, you know, and that's like I talked about with Cranbrook. I mean, the old adage, it starts from the net out. And I think both these teams, certainly Cranbrook, I mean, they're really, really fortunate to have the young man they've got in Garrett Dudler. He's just a junior. They got him in December, and he's settled in, and they could be a dangerous team here come playoff time, which isn't far off.
Cranbrook team that's won 3 in a row, and a team with so much history within this state.
Oh, they're right up there.
Yes, they are. Still in the power play for at least 70 more seconds. St. Mary's trying to get this puck out of the zone and kill off some of the time. Cranbrook still possessing. Working in front, just squirts wide right of the post. And now St. Mary's does clear out to center. St. Mary's will change guys. Roman Seco will step ahead. Blue liner for Cranbrook lost the puck entering the zone, and it's back to the blue line of the Cranes. Great into the zone through the middle, Ben.
Sorry, Evan. Great pace. Both these teams are really skating, really bringing the heat. Good pace down here at ice level.
Just had a big hit from Cranbrook and Timko, who had the earlier penalty. Nick after the puck, dropped it back, chasing after it again. In front through the slot, held at the blue by Seco. Power play winding down for Cranbrook, and St. Mary's gets it out to center. This is a 1-on-2 for Thad Rainish. Talented freshman, steers it on Dudler, who will play the puck. 10 to go in the power play. Out to center it comes, and this will likely kill off the rest of the kill for St. Mary's.
Yeah, both teams 1 for 1 in that department. Brian Clano gets Julian Johnston out there, number 18, his line up front now. We'll see what they can do to counter.
And a little bit of space for this talented line. 3-on-2, passing to the slot. Shot rises high. Now Cranbrook the other way, puck ping-ponging around, and bodies are falling down. Space for Cranbrook. Pass in front, intercepted by St. Mary's. And now they try to step ahead with a pass that's picked off at center. Back it comes for Noah Puya, one of the young blue liners for Cranbrook. Really a nice contrast, Ben, tonight. You got a St. Mary's team where over half the team celebrated senior night tonight, and Cranbrook still a young bunch. Jakob Kirkcap for St. Mary's played it to the slot, nobody home. Schmidt picks it up for Cranbrook.
Yeah, you're right in that regard. A really young team that John LaFontaine has. A lot of developing going on with his program, with this group. Brian Clano, you mentioned that veteran team. They have 12 seniors on this team, and they got it rolling right now.
Julian Johnston, one of the more talented guys you will find in Michigan. Kick-started that breakout. Pass intercepted at center by David Schmidt. Shot from the blue line, hit the post.
Sure did, right off the elbow.
Man, it's tough to come closer to scoring than that.
Sure is. Great shot, labeled high block, but just hit the elbow there. Pings back into the corner.
And the bummer is that doesn't even count as a shot on goal.
Yeah, that's a great debate. I think they got to change that, but what do I know? I think it should count. I mean, it's on goal, but most will tell you, oh, it's not on goal. It was off the post, but whatever. A conversation for another day, I suppose.
And the conversation right now, Ben, is, look, St. Mary's controlled the early play, but Cranbrook has settled in nicely, and they nearly just scored.
They really have, and, you know, I think that I always talk about power plays and penalty kills can give you so much momentum. Cranbrook didn't score on that power play, but they spent an awful lot of time in the O-zone, so that helps a younger team and helps their confidence grow as the game goes, Evan.
And oh, by the way, Ben, this is a Cranbrook team that wants to make St. Mary's work for it. Cranbrook as a team has only scored more than 3 goals in a game once all year.
Yeah.
But as we've talked about, they get strong play on the back with Dudley.
Yeah, they really do.
Timko shooting, save made Shea with his right pad.
That was a great play by Kavik on the back check. He got enough of the stick there that impeded that shot being a better shot than it was.
Here comes Brennan Morgan, smallest guy on the ice, heart of a lion. He got it on Dudler, who throws it all the way down the ice, corralled by Don Pierre for St. Mary's.
Love that kid, man. You're right. He's got the heart the size of his body. He's a gamer.
The offensive zone, it comes for St. Mary's. Excellent pace to this hockey game, 7 minutes in. Corralled by the Eaglets at center. Pivic, one of those seniors, passed it right, shot on Dudler, and he's forced to freeze.
Yeah, and Pivic was a guy, when we met with Brian Plano before the game that came up, he mentioned you had asked him about offensive guys who was playing the best coming into this game, and Pivic was one of them. I remember a game we did a month or so ago, and he had a big goal late in that game, and Kirk Cab was the other, and Brennan Morgan was the other guy that he really highlighted that have been playing real well in the last 7 games where they haven't lost.
St. Mary's wins the draw, plays it in front. Dudler hugs that post. Big hit in the corner. Now they're whacking away at each other in that corner. The intensity has not stopped from the moment they started this game. Back to the blue line it comes as St. Mary's hopes to set up shot. Hughes sent it behind the net to Pivic. Baker plays it further along the end line. Back to the blue line for a wrist shot, tipped high, and into the mesh.
Well, Julian Johnson, I'm going to talk about him all night. He's back on the ice. He's going to come off now for St. Mary's, but he's another guy that was really singled out by Brian Clano in terms of, not singled out, we asked him about him because I think the kid's got next level ability. But the one thing that he's done, and I noticed it on that shift, he was banging his stick. He wants the puck. He wants to score. He's willing to go to the dirty areas to get pucks, and that's improved his game an awful lot. And the sky's the limit for this kid.
Nice back check that time by Sturparo for St. Mary's. Pass to the slot, dangerous for Cranbrook, and Sturparo took it away. Let's get over the red, now over the blue. 3 cranes converge on one of the Eaglet forwards, and it's back out to center. St. Mary's, consensus, one of the top 3 teams in the state. A lot of people have them at number 2 in the state, regardless of division. These guys have not lost since they fell to Catholic Central in the first week of January.
Yeah, they've had it rolling. I mean, they've won games in blowout fashion. They've won close games. That's the mark of a good team, right? You got to be able to win games in different ways and adapt and play to whatever the game brings to you.
Radish tried to dangle through the defense. Versfeld was having none of it. Big blue liner for Cranbrook. And now they take it away. Into the offensive zone, playing it back in front. Swing and a miss on the shot. What an opportunity for Hank Callison.
Yeah, probably their best opportunity of the game, really, right there on that sequence. Some big young lads out there. They do what I love to see hockey players do in the offensive zone. Get to the net. Just talked about that with Johnston on the other side, going to the dirty area. That's where you're going to get 90% of your goals, is within 6, 8, 10 feet of the goal. Good job by Cranbrook there and their forwards.
Still searching for our game's first goal. St. Mary's can fill it up with the best of them. They have scored 4 more goals in 11 of their games this season.
It's a deep, talented team with a lot of the players we've been talking about. Here comes one of them.
Yeah, that was Julian Johnston who overskated the puck, and it ends up turning into an offside because Julian got into the zone a little early.
Yeah, he got a little bit ahead of himself, and there's a good look at him there. And you watch this young guy skate. I watched him a month ago. I came out to watch a game before we did a game a couple nights before. Everything about him is good. His edges are good. His sense is good. His passing's good. His shooting's good. And all those things Brian Clano feels like he's a guy that down the road can be at that highest level of hockey. We'll see.
Turnover in the neutral zone here. Brennan Morgan coming ahead, shooting from the left side. Dudler made the save. Back to the point for another try, and the follow-up over the bar. Garrett Dudler standing tall as the barrage came from the Eaglets. 3 shots in 5 seconds.
Did it ever, Evan? I mean, Brennan Morgan, I hope we can show a replay of what this guy did. They've got him listed on their roster at 5'2" and 150. Look at what he does. He's so hard to defend, and you saw it right there. His center of gravity is so low to the ground. I mean, it's like playing against a guy that's 4 foot tall when he's in a crouch. And like he was on that play, trying to get around, and did get around the D. You got to admire his desire and his drive and his talent on the ice.
Brennan stays on the ice. 10 minutes into the first period. Good chances both sides. St. Mary's has had more of those good chances. Eaglets pinch and hold in right side. Puck tipped wide left of Garrett Dudler. Turnover in front, shot blocked, and a hit from behind. No whistle.
Nope.
Cranbrook trying to get it out to neutral ice, and eventually they will. Whacking away at Jacob Hughes. This is an outstanding shift by big Stephen Brown.
He is a load. I mean, he could be a college lineman. He is a big boy out there, and he's doing all the work here, Evan.
Look at him go. He puts it in front, and Timko overskated it. Follow-up try. Brown still whacking away down there.
What a shift out of him.
St. Mary's gets it out to center with speed. The defenseman Hughes walking right and waffling a shot wide.
Cranbrook's guys are tired. Orchard Lake, good opportunity if they can jump on him here and put some pressure on him. They're gassed from that shift in the O-zone.
Laid back in front, intercepted by Timko, who cannot get out of the zone. Johnston shoots it high. And Cranbrook clears. This is an icing, but you can change on an icing in high school, and man, do they need it right now, Ben.
You're not kidding, Evan, and I watched all 3 of those guys, and I'm right next to Brown here as he comes off, and he is massive, and they're all gassed, and so far in this game, he's been the story in this game, Garrett Dudler. He's been outstanding, looks great in net. Again, they're gonna have to get him moving to beat him. This kid is technically sound. Every aspect of his goaltending skills are top-notch from what I've seen here in the first, almost 12 minutes.
More physical play right off the face-off. Cranbrook gets it out to center. His body's colliding all over the place. Timko pass in front, shot saved. They're battling away at the post. It's still loose. I don't know how it didn't go in. My goodness, Mason Shea somehow kept this puck out like 3 different times.
He sure did, Evan, and that last shift, the Brown shift, the previous shift is what set up all this, because they've got pressure, they've got momentum, and they're going right down the throat of Orchard Lake here so far. Here's a look at it coming in. There's the stoppage just behind him, and then it spits out there, and a good play by one of the forwards there to come back to get it out. An outstanding job right there.
In case you're wondering if Ben's having fun down there, he's having a lot of fun.
It's great. I love this. I do this every day of the week.
Offside play. Cam Sussex into the zone too early.
I really do, Evan. It's so much fun to do these games and, you know, listen to you call them and get in and have fun. And, you know, we both played high school sports, and, you know, we were talking earlier about these St. Mary's players. You know, it's senior night. It's a night you'll never forget in your life. And I still remember mine, and I'm not afraid. Mine was in 1988. And I'm sure you got memories of yours from football, but it's just, it's so cool to be a part of these shows here on the Prep, and the great job our crew does. It's just a top flight group of people.
Ben, I tell you what year my senior night was, but I think you'd get bummed out, so I just won't say anything.
Well, I think we lost I know we lost our game, but anyways.
Oh, Dudler again. Great chance for Sturparo in front.
Boy, this kid is just so good in the goal, so good.
That was a point shot from the right side, Ben, that had some good zip on it, and Dudler made the save like it was nothing.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, when you asked John LaFontaine, you mentioned something about Martin Brodeur, and John went into, and I knew where he was going to go because I've known of John for a long time. And he said, well, I had a goalie in Sault Ste. Marie and the Sioux Indians, and I knew it was Ryan Miller because I knew Ryan played there. And he's spot on. I mean, he's got the same kind of build, the same kind of stature that Ryan Miller had as a goaltender. And this kid he's putting on a show here so far. He's been great.
Cranbrook nearly beat Catholic Central a few weeks ago, and the coaching staff was telling us earlier today, we nearly won because Garrett stood on his head that night.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to see why, right? I mean, we're both watching this thing, and this kid's been dynamite.
St. Mary's trying to crack Fort Dudler somehow. Still 3:45 to go in the first period. Cranbrook gets the puck out to center. Man lost a tire, Braunscheidel. St. Mary's reloads to the defensive zone. Settling a play down at center with Brendan Kelly. Braunscheidel back for Cranbrook, takes it away on the back check, and then he had the puck taken away. Kelly after it for St. Mary's, back to the blue line. Right side drive, blocked. Still loose on that right side. Puya, the talented young blue liner, corrals it for the team in blue, Cranbrook. And they got to change, so they'll ice it.
Yeah, smart play by them. I mean, they were sucking wind pretty good and doing a lot of defending. Is now, you know, we saw those two shifts, the one that was all started by Brown and then the one after where Cranbrook got its best chance of the game. And now you've got the pushback from St. Mary's as they've had a couple of good minutes in the offensive zone. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Dudler looks like he's going to be pretty much impossible to beat. And at the other end, Mason Shea is looking pretty good too.
Morgan digs it out, feeding to the slot for a drive by Kavik and went wide. After that drive, Kavik was testing his stick, thought maybe he broke it. Cranbrook flops it down the ice. This is not an icing.
Brown's out again, the big number 20.
Ben, I know this will stun you. He also plays on the football team.
Yeah, let me guess, the starting left tackle?
I don't know his position, but that's a good guess.
I'll find out down here in the intermission. I'll ask one of their coaches.
Condon's pass ahead for St. Mary's, tipped deep, and Dudler stops it as St. Mary's changing behind the play. Brown, that football player, just knocks somebody down. Here comes a turnover. Saho stepping ahead for Cranbrook, turning backhand to forehand, playing it in front, intercepted by St. Mary's.
They're going to get off here that line. They're not going to spend quite as much time as they did last time out, but they iced the puck here. So it'll come back into the D zone for Cranbrook here for a draw.
Ben, you've mentioned how you figured this is going to be a low-scoring hockey game the entire way. Is this the type of hockey that Cranbrook wants to play tonight?
I think it is. I think only because they don't, when you look at these two teams, I mean, you and I talked to John LaFontaine around 2 o'clock, and he gave them a lot of praise. He flat out told us they're the best puck possession team, in his opinion, in the state. So I think it is. They want to keep this thing tight. They got to defend right. And when they get chances, jump. But don't jump unless you know the chance is going to go your way, if that makes sense.
Cranbrook had it at center, then found it again. Still a knuckleballing puck at center. Got to be corralled by somebody. Cranbrook finally gets that thing.
They sure did.
It's a hot potato at center for a few seconds.
Right.
Cranbrook will dump it deep with Caleb Goldstein. Caleb had a good shot to score earlier in this period. Crane's forechecking away. Took it away once, take it away twice. Swing and a miss on the attempted pass back to the red line. This allows St. Mary's to come ahead to center with a little bit of speed. Julian Johnston drops it off, and the intended man missed it. It's out to center again, and a cross-ice pass to Timko. Timko, the leading scorer for Cranbrook, hauled down to the ice. Good defensive play that time by 22, Carrera for St. Mary's.
He was a guy that Brian Clano singled out. You asked about the decor, or one of us did, or we both did, and he had a lot of good things to say about his game. He's been playing really well for them.
45 seconds remaining in the most exciting 0-0 period I think I've ever seen.
It's been good. I mean, we've had what? Each team's had a power play, both early on in the game. Chances, I'd say one on each side, but the pace has been really good. The tempo's high. The intensity's really good down here. The Cranbrook bench is, you know, they're into the game. They're all into the game, and I think both sides are really into it. But this is what they both need. You know, we're coming down the stretch. We're in early Feb, and state tournament starts here in a few weeks, so it's good for both these teams to be playing in games like this.
Especially St. Mary's, a team that has the highest aspirations you can possibly have. They want to host up a trophy in about a month.
Yeah, they haven't won one since 2008, so they're certainly due in that department. They've got a team to do it, no question, Evan.
Long pass ahead. Braun Scheidel tracks it down for Cranbrook. In the final few seconds of this first period. Puck tied up, fished free by Braun Scheidel. Walking in front, playing it in front, just missed. Intended target, Noddle. Back to the blue line, save made. Big, juicy rebound taken away by St. Mary's. And the period ends as it started. 0-0.
Yeah, good period of hockey. Like I said a minute ago, both teams with a power play chance and opportunities in that regard, and pace, tempo, intensity, everything was really good, and I thought at a pretty high pace. So a zip game after one.
Garrett Dudler, a big reason why this game is still 0-0 at the end of the first period. The netminder for Cranbrook, who, as Ben was telling, joined the team middle of December, was playing some AAA hockey. Got Garrett to join the team, and he looked great in that first period. Team in red and white coming off the ice, trying to find the winning recipe against Dudler at some point tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll get Brian Clano at the start of the second period. We'll talk to him and get his thoughts, Evan. We thought maybe we'd get him here at the end, but he went into the room. But I'll track him down. We'll get him before the second period starts for an interview.
We're holding you to that, Ben.
All right.
We're holding you to that. We're back to wrap up the first and get you ready for the second period in just a few.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think. It's a place where we learn how to think. Education of the mind can be found almost anywhere. Education of the soul is what I've been taught at St. Mary's. So, if you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, one period down, at least 2 to go. Nothing, St. Mary's and Cranbrook. St. Mary's coach standing by with Ben Holden.
Indeed, Evan. Brian's here with me, and let's get your thoughts overall on period one. What are your biggest takeaways?
Their goalie's good. We're making them look better, too. I mean, we're not getting any traffic in front of them. We're letting them see everything, which, we can't do that. We got to change that. I thought we played well. We possessed the puck well. Certainly had a lot of scoring opportunities, but he took them away from us. So we're going to have to find a way to beat him and break him down a little bit.
Yeah, it was quite noticeable watching him in the opening, really 90 seconds of this game. And I said to Evan more than once, I said, they're going to have to get this guy moving. It's really the only way you're going to beat this kid. Technically, he looks incredible. Your team, though, I want to ask you about, I know it's an emotional night for some of your players, probably, certainly for the parents. It's senior night. That's always a big deal. Just a thought from you on what this group means. You have so many different classes that have come through here. But this group, Brian, what do they mean to you specifically?
Yeah, they're a great group of kids. They work hard. A lot of them have been with me for, 3 or 4 years. So it's, to have a good team like we have this year, it's a great tribute to how hard they've worked from when they've been here since freshmen and sophomores.
Goes quick, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Adjustments, aside from doing what we discussed with the goaltending, is there anything else you want to see more of from your team here moving forward tonight?
Yeah, we need to. This looks like it's going to turn out to be a meat and potato game, so we can't be dropping pucks between the tops of the circles and the blue lines. We need to be making plays to the net. That's how we're going to beat this guy. Like you said, got to get him moving left to right, and the only way we can do that by making plays at the net.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be one of those low scoring. I like that meat and potatoes. That's good. I'm going to use that. Thanks for your time, Brian, as always.
Thank you.
All right, very good. There's the head coach, Evan. We'll send it back up to you up top.
Brent, appreciate you. And it is
Thanks,
dinner
Brian.
time, so thank you for making me hungry, bringing up meat and potatoes. Thanks, guys. We'll be back to get you the highlights from the first period and puck drop in the second in just a moment.
Huron Valley Athletic Complex, where dreams, passion, and hard work create success.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
As always, we'd like to thank our friends, our partners, and our sponsors at the Prep, starting with Encompass Management Group. Give them a call at 888-675-9229. They're delivering to a higher standard. General Contracting, located at 18161 West 13 Mile in Southfield. Give them a call at 248-878-7400. Siemens Services. Go to SiemensServices.com or give them a ring, 248-563-5399. Berg Tool, fabrication and machining. St. Mary's and Cranbrook, two of the finer hockey programs at the high school level in Michigan, playing a meat and potatoes hockey game, as the St. Mary's coaching staff just told us. 0-0 game as we prepare to start the second period. And look at that, Ben getting a snack in between the periods. Let's give a freaky fast shout out to Jimmy John's at the corner of Square Lake and Telegraph in Broomfield for feeding our entire crew tonight. Always fast, fresh, and delicious. The Tomey Group has 45 Jimmy John's locations in and around Metro Detroit, and we can tell you personally, they never disappoint.
Not bad.
Do I need to just fill here for like a minute while you finish that sandwich?
No, I can multitask. So
okay.
I will tell you, in talking a little bit with the assistant from Cranbrook, for them, what they feel like they need to do a better job of here in the second period is the cycle game that St. Mary's has, that puck possession game we talk about, Evan, with their team. They want to shut that down a little bit sooner. They don't want the prolonged pressure if they can avoid it.
Odd man rush for St. Mary's in front. Dudler made the save as Brennan Morgan careened into him from his left side.
And we heard Brian Clano say, meat potatoes. I think that's spot on. I mean, we talked about that in the opening period.
St. Mary's coming at again. Johnston whiffed on the shot. It's still loose in the slot amidst a bunch of bodies. Cranbrook comes out with the puck. And we're ahead with speed 2-on-2. They briefly overskated. Timko found it again. Nearly played with a high stick. A shot goes high for Cranbrook.
And what was the first thing that Brian Clano mentioned when I interviewed him? The goaltender. I mean, this kid is really good. He's legit. It's been fun to watch from our vantage point. It's going to take them to get this kid moving to beat him.
Garrett Dudler, number 1 for Cranbrook in between the pipes, just made another save. Seriously, Ben, he's one of those guys where you just look at his raw size and you go, how in the world are we going to get it past this guy? And looking back at the first period, we're going to see a lot of moments for Garrett Dudler where St. Mary's has got to be shaking their heads.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's a mountain of a young man. He's, 17 years old, and he's 6'3", and he's still thin. But, I mean, look at the way he makes that save. I mean, everything about that, he looks like an NHL goalie. I mean, he really does. Everything technically in his game. I'm not a goalie expert by any means. I know the game, but you know the game well enough. You know when these kids are doing things the right way, and he is really sound. Everything about him is textbook, very smooth, very sharp in the goal.
Right now, Garrett watching the play to his left as the puck careens to the far side of the ice. Cranbrook does get enough Steve on it out to center. Stephen Brown after it for the Cranes. He overskates the puck. St. Mary's back out to center with Roberts. Sussex plays it further on Dudler, and Garrett freezes.
By the way, big number 20, Stephen Brown, I confirmed with their coaches, he's 260 pounds.
My goodness.
He's 6'5", they say between 6'5" and 6'6". He's coming right by me now. His brother is 6'8", so a massive, massive young man.
God bless Mrs. Brown in that grocery bill.
That's expensive stuff, man.
That's like 3 gallons of milk a week.
Especially in this day and age. Seems like I go to the grocery store and get 5 bags, it's $150. I can't imagine feeding a teenager his size.
Stevens stays on the ice. He's the left wing on this shift. St. Mary's won the faceoff, but Cranbrook gets it out to center anyway. Coming through the center logo with speed. Passing to right and then back left. They miss Brown.
Not by much.
No, they did not. Sussex chases it down for St. Mary's. A call up from the white team here at Orchard Lake earlier this year. Had a chance to cover the varsity white team for St. Mary's. A couple of their guys are up right now. Had a big hit right there, Ben.
Sorry, Evan. Yeah, that's what I was reacting to. Jacob Hughes, the sophomore, who's 6'1" and $175, right there said, hey, big man, keep your head up. Good clean hit at center ice.
Yeah, that St. Mary's bench is into this thing. Oh, and they noticed the cameras too, don't worry. Back into the offensive zone, a shot sticked aside by Dudler. Back behind the net for Cranbrook. St. Mary's holding in the offensive zone. Attempted pass to the slot behind its intended target. Eaglets do dump it further down in the offensive zone. Puck rimmed back around the boards and spiked out to center, where St. Mary's restarts the breakout, banking it off the boards to Johnston, who lost the puck, and back into their own defensive zone.
Yeah, he just overskated that.
Cranbrook takes it away, but an unfortunate break there. They had a guy in the offensive zone already. Anderson was offside.
Well, one of the things that first and foremost we talked with Brian Clano about was his team and what's worked so well. They're 6-0-1 in their last 7. They tied their last opponent, St. Ignatius out of Cleveland. Prior to that, won 6 straight. He said guys have finally settled in there. You got to look at Brian, his resume, really impressive. One of the great coaches in the state of Michigan in this sport. He's done so much, and his teams are always strong. They're always competitive, and you know, it does take a little bit of time. I mean, I think the transition was probably a little bit easier, Evan, due to the fact they have so many veteran guys.
Ooh, nice shot on Shea. Mason up to the task. Best chance of the night for Cranbrook.
DeSalvo looks skyward on that one. He's looked like a lot of Orchard Lake St. Mary shooters. That was a great chance in front. The 5-hole was open, but it was a little bit high on the shot. He had the pads open. He could have stuck it between the legs, but that's a tough play to make in that tight, and you got very little time. Good stop there by Mason Shea.
Mason, the starting netminder for St. Mary's tonight. Will Keene has had more of the starts this season. Those two junior goalies have an excellent relationship. This puck going down the ice, and they wave off the icing. Morgan after it for St. Mary's. Eaglets track it down, play it in front, swing and a miss on the attempt in front by Kyle Kavik. Another hard hit, puck's out to center. Timko stepping ahead, walking to the slot, drops it back, another shot, and another excellent save by Shea.
A little chippy in there. First time we've seen any of this all night. But a great rush coming up ice here, as you'll see. They carried in a nice pass there, and Shea's out almost on top of the blue paint, and then that's what ensues after. And that's just hockey players defending their turf in there. I got no problem with that. The referees don't either. No penalties called, none needed to be called. But Cranbrook coming with some juice and some jam here early in this second.
Horton about to take this face-off for Cranbrook as the ice has started to tilt back to the guys in navy blue. Out to center. Johnston skating after it. Pitched fork free by Puya. Good defensive play for Cranbrook. Out to center it comes. Horton chasing after it. Could be a 2-on-1. Pass! Shot! Did he make the save? Mason Shea, that's ridiculous!
Oh my goodness, send that thing into Sports Center. That was insanely good. What a stop, and we've been given all the accolades in this game to Garrett Dudler, but Mason Shea says, I'm in this game too. What a play by Shea to keep this game scoreless, Evan.
My goodness, Will Noddle was the guy who took the shot, and poor Will's going to be thinking about that when his head hits the pillow tonight.
That's kind of the way this game is going, right? I mean, Shea has upped his play based on what he's seeing 190 feet at the other end.
Sussex takes it away for St. Mary's, and a nice back check by Needon for Cranbrook. Right back in front, St. Mary's takes it away. This is the most exciting 0-0 hockey game I've ever seen.
It's been a really good game. Just these goaltenders have literally stole the show.
Sussex dumping it deep, Ben.
Sorry, Evan. So now, you know, I always talk about this in games. These goalies, man, they're watching one another at opposite ends of the rink. So now Dudler's probably like, all right, I'm next for a big stop.
What's that old song? Anything you can do, I can do better?
Yeah, exactly, man.
I mean, we sung the praises of Garrett Dudler that entire first period. I'm still shaking my head at that incredible save by Mason Shea for St. Mary's.
And rightfully so. I mean, he deserves it. And now Mason Shea, he deserves it as well for that stop he made. And it was funny down here where I'm at in the penalty box, the entire Cranbrook bench, at least this end where I'm at, they all kind of stood up trying to get a look at the replay on the monitor I have down here. So that was a pretty cool moment. You see the split. A good look at these two guys, both wearing #1. And right now, if you had to pick 3 stars of the game, they're both #1. They have both been unreal in this game.
I've seen a lot of hockey games, Ben. That's one of the best saves I've ever seen at any level.
Likewise. Probably had to fix that strap on the pad. He probably snapped it diving to make that save there, Evan. And man alive, what a play that was. Beautiful stuff.
Face off to Shea's left now. They wave off Johnston, who started too early. Cranbrook wins the face off back to the blue line. Shot, got the post. Cranbrook still holding. Another try, tipped high behind the net. Didn't go after it for Cranbrook. Puck waffles out to the left side of the blue. St. Mary's cannot get it out of the zone. It actually went off Versfeld's helmet into the bench, and they loved it.
Great work by him. I mean, he just battled and battled. I was leaning over the boards watching him, about 8 feet inside of the blue line, and that's good compete. You hear coaches talk about that all the time. We want to see our guys compete at the highest level, and that was a great job by Seven right there, competing on that play.
Off the faceoff, Cranbrook's got it. Working left behind the net. Man falls down. Big hit by Hughes. St. Mary's tracks it down near side of the ice, and it's out to neutral ice. St. Mary's back to grab it once again with Hughes. Jacob plays it in front, a turnover, and a shot wide right.
Missed by 6 inches.
Coming back the other way, 2-on-1. Johnston for St. Mary's, saucer pass in front, missed Kirkap. Jakob turns around, Dudler makes the save.
That's the kind of stuff with Johnson I'm talking about, Evan. That was a high-level pass. They just missed it, but a great instinct by Johnston.
This could be an opportunity. Seco shoots, save, Shea, rebound, trickles behind the net. Man behind the play for St. Mary's. Oh. Guess who? Brennan Morgan. Oh, he had one too many dangles. Brennan still after it. It's a turnover. Walking in front. Maneuvers and shoots. The net's off its moorings. We got to catch a breath.
You're not kidding. Brennan Morgan at his finest. He's lightning in a bottle. He can make something out of nothing. And he kind of did on this play, but at the other end first, Shea tested again a couple times there. A couple good opportunities in there tight with that shot by young Reston Seco, and then back the other way, and then Brennan Morgan didn't care for that too much, and it's going to result in a penalty on him. So a moment you don't really see him lose his cool too often, at least we haven't in the games we've done. So just the third power play in the game, second for Cranbrook, so this is huge, goes without saying here.
Cranbrook 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Here comes opportunity number 2. St. Mary's wins the faceoff. Cranbrook holds the zone and shoots it on Shea. Mason another save.
That was not an easy save. That was a really tough puck to find for the junior, Mason Shea, who's been the top star in this period so far, outdueling his counterpart, Dudler, at the other end. And that's a tricky shot to handle, but he did a nice job with it. Calmly gets it there in the trapper.
Cranbrook wins another faceoff. 2 for 2 on this power play in the faceoff department. Sturparo rims it around the boards. Cranbrook holds left side briefly, and they hold again. Now St. Mary's has got it, and Sturparo sends it down the ice. Dudler handling the puck out of the net for Cranbrook. They love Garrett's ability as a netminder to play that puck out of the net. It's a bit of a lost start, Ben, with the changes that they made up the NHL level. Obviously, goalies can't come far as out of the net as they used to back in the day.
Yeah, it is, and I like goalies that can do that. I mean, without the trapezoid, you can do a lot of things, and you're basically like a third D out there, which he is at times.
Still over a minute to go on this Cranbrook power play, but an odd man rush coming ahead. Shot by Dudler to his right, and he dives to freeze it. Sturparo had a great look.
Well, both sides will change up the special teams personnel out there here. You still got basically a minute. You got 57 seconds to go in the power play here for Cranbrook. And that young man right there, Roman Seco, is one of their top scorers. Can light the lamp. See what this unit can do here on the power play.
There he is. Seco's got it. Behind the net, kick starting the breakout. Long bomb pass. What a find to Goldstein. And he overskated the puck for just a second. Oh boy, and then he falls down to the ice.
Oh, he got crushed.
All the way around the boards it comes. St. Mary's tracking it down with Connon, and Alex back checked off the play. Kirkap for St. Mary's could not step free of DeSalvo. Gianluca fishes it free for Cranbrook.
Smart play, though. He knew if he wrapped him at all, he was going to get a penalty. That's a really smart play by him.
Timko coming ahead. Last rush on this power play. Playing it in front.
Oh.
Shot goes wide.
They're getting looks, Evan. They really are.
Timko for Cranbrook. Plays it back in front. And the net comes off again, stopping the clock with only 4 seconds to go on the power play.
It's been a good power play for Cranbrook. They haven't scored on it. They got 4 seconds left, but again, I always talk about this. Momentum after a power play, momentum after a kill. Cranbrook will see if they can maintain the momentum after, and there you see some of the moms that went out with their sons prior to the hockey game. Special night here for the St. Mary's team, trying to win a really tight hockey game here, and a good one so far.
Offside shot by Puya, sticked aside by Shea. Ooh, another big hit.
It's a penalty.
This is going to result in a penalty, yep.
Yep, that was a little too much. And they're going to send in Thomas Kimmel's going to come in. It's going to be a crowded house in here because I got the backup goalie, but we'll make room. But yeah, that was a high hit indeed.
All right, Ben, here we go. Cranbrook just had a power play, couple of clean cracks, but nothing snuck its way into the back of the net. And now St. Mary's is going to have some good looks at Big Garrett Dudley.
Yeah, they will. Let's see what they can do here. Their second crack at it. And good job by Cranbrook so far here early going in the kill.
St. Mary's first power play came 19 seconds into the hockey game. They haven't had one since. It's an offside play. St. Mary's has to vacate the zone, and the puck got out to center anyway. Gavitt coming ahead with speed for St. Mary's. Chips it by the defender into that right corner. Puya joins for Cranbrook. Back to the blue line it comes. Whacking away, slashing at it. Johnston's got it. Plays it to space. Julian Johnston, always dangerous. Look at him crest that puck. Back to the blue line it comes. St. Mary's slot shot trickling on Dudler, and he freezes.
Good movement there from St. Mary's. They'll change up their power play outfit. I'm going to level with you, Evan. My monitor went out down here, so I can't see exactly what we're showing, but I'll just talk through and talk about the power play. That I like what they did there. They still got 1:05 to go on it, and they've got Unit 2 out there now.
Off the face-off, Cranbrook wins, but they cannot get it out of the zone on the first attempt. They do get it out on the second attempt. Callison's shot goes wide. St. Mary's will set up that breakout. Still 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Out to center it comes. Whacked further but pawed down by the Eaglets. Entering the zone left side. Conan delays. Maneuvers. Passes back to the blue line. Fedor further to his left. Shot goes wide. Fedor holds the zone. Brennan Morgan.
I'm back online, Evan. Sorry.
Oh, good news. Thank goodness.
Eli came over and hooked me up. We're all good.
It was the most dangerous 20 seconds of broadcasting. Final few seconds of the St. Mary's power play. Morgan plays it in front. Careening off limbs. Brennan shoots. Blocked in front. It's still free in the slot. And Cranbrook gets it down the ice to kill the rest of the penalty.
Tell you what, man. Cranbrook's, again, they didn't score. They've had 2 power plays, but I've been impressed with their efforts on the power play and on the PK there. That's a dangerous 2 units that St. Mary's sends out there, and they've done a bang-up job killing the 2 they've had to kill.
Now Cranbrook into the offensive zone. Timko battling his darndest down there. Brennan Morgan gets it out to center. Sussex with speed. 1-on-3. Cam Sussex body hard off the play. Nice job by Neaton. Cranbrook coming ahead. This could be a 3-on-2. Walking to the left side. Shot on Shea, and it's saved. Gianluca DeSalvo with another chance for Cranbrook. He had an excellent opportunity earlier in this second period. Sussex passing in front. Dudler again. My goodness.
Got the glove on that on the shot by Charlie Roberts.
Thomas Roberts' opportunity got blocked. A lot of bodies at the blue line. Banked off the boards. Big Nick Timko for Cranbrook. Still holding that puck. Banking it off the boards to Goldstein behind the net. Whacking away on that far corner. Fished free by Cranbrook. Then back to the blue line for a shot. Shea made the save. Back around the boards it goes. Big hit in that corner. Ronscheidel with the big hit. Back to the blue line and out to center. Cranbrook throws a pass back, missing Schmidt in their own defensive zone. St. Mary's changing the forwards behind the play. Forecheck, brief turnover. Now fished free by Cranbrook. Coming ahead through center ice with speed. Moving left side, and then Horton lost the puck. St. Mary's comes back the other way. This is Julian Johnston, finessing his way free. Walking in front, backhand, save, rebound, another save! Garrett Dudler is a wall.
Unreal. I mean, Julian Johnston did everything he needed and wanted to do on that play, including walking it down the wall, comes in front here. Puck kind of rolled off his stick there, and I believe that was Pivic there, 25, that got the opportunity there, but Garrett Dudler just calmly says, I'll take that.
The goaltending play in this game has been remarkable.
It's been awesome. Ooh.
St. Mary's fishes that puck free. It's out to the blue line. Dompierre whips it behind the net. Played back in front. Steered to the far side by Cranbrook. They can't clear the zone. Once, twice. Johnston held the zone for St. Mary's. Now Cranbrook trying to get it out. Back skating behind Dudler. And a backhand down the ice and resulting in another icing.
Well, 3:15 to go here, and what's it going to take to win this? Is it going to be a 1-0 game here, Evan? I mean, it's kind of looking that way, the way these two guys in net are playing. And Garrett Dudler set the tone right from the start back in the opening period for Cranbrook, but here in the second, Dudler's had a couple of nice stops, but nothing will compare to the stop that young man, Mason Shea, the junior, made about midway through the period with that unbelievable diving cross-crease stop.
St. Mary's after it in the offensive zone, but Timko gets it out to center. Still 3 minutes remaining in this second period. No one scored yet because both netminders have stood on their heads.
They're both juniors, both with clean sheets.
Cranbrook, one of the finest hockey programs in Michigan.
They really are, and John LaFontaine has been around their program for 6 years. First year, Andy Weidenbach, their longtime, the legendary head coach. Andy's a great man. John was an assistant, took over. He's now in his 5th year as their head coach, and as said earlier, John LaFontaine's coached all over the country, junior hockey, the USHL, the North American League, was an assistant at Lake Superior with Jeff Jackson, coached at Shattuck St. Mary's. It's not really high school in Minnesota. That's a AAA program. It's a factory. You got Crosby, Jack Johnson, Taves. I mean, there's a laundry list of guys that have played at St. Mary's. So he's a great hockey mind, and you can see his team is well coached the way they played this game tonight, Evan.
The nickname for Shattuck St. Mary's is the Hogwarts of hockey, by the way.
Yes, appropriate.
Goldstein shot. Shea made the save. Got a piece of his mask. Mason has stolen the show with some of the saves he's made tonight.
And when you're a player, I mean, you're in these kind of games, and you're like, what's it going to take to beat these guys? Now, so Dudler's over here, right next to me. He's got a little bit of equipment going on. They got to get his neck guard back on here. It's a great shot of it by our crew, and he's back into work, and he's a stud, man. I mean, he's really good, really good. I think you're going to see that guy in college hockey in the next 2 to 3 years. maybe sooner.
Cranbrook wins the faceoff. Still trying to break the scoring seal in this game. Pass in front, wobbling wide of Shea. Played back in front and steered aside by St. Mary's out to center. Under 2 minutes remaining in the second. Johnston passing in front, Dudler save once and twice. Back to the blue line it comes. Keegan Helton shot, sticked wide. And that net comes off its moorings again.
Well, that play into the zone and in the zone was all set up by number 18 for St. Mary's, Julian Johnston. So skilled with a puck, so smart with a puck. Here he is trying to make that little pass on the back door there, but a good read coming back there by Noah Pouillat there, the sophomore D, to break it up. But he's so creative, Johnston is, and he can change the game in a hurry.
Cranbrook can't clear. St. Mary's keeps it briefly in the offensive zone. Now it's spiked high and out to neutral ice. Further spiked back along that wall and corralled by Cranbrook. Pass tipped off a couple of limbs. Cranbrook opportunity. Shea makes the save. There is a penalty after the Braun Scheidel shot.
Yep. Power play Cranbrook coming up.
All started with this opportunity for Braun Scheidel. And St. Mary's going to the penalty box. That's their second minor of the second period.
Yeah, Hughes is going to sit for 2 or less. We always talk about the last 2 minutes of a period. This is an outstanding opportunity for Cranbrook. There you see the penalty. Easy call there, but this is the opportunity for Cranbrook. Get one here, you never know, because one might be enough the way these goalies are playing, Evan. I mean, I'm being serious. It might be enough to win the game.
Mason Shea in this second period has been tested, and the 6-foot junior has been up to the task the entire period. They'll meet him again here. Charlie Roberts taking the face-off for St. Mary's against Horton. Horton wins it, and Cranbrook sets up shop on the power play. Their third of the night, their second of this period. Played in front, nobody home. Cranbrook holds the zone left side, keeps it in. Bodies careening in the near corner. Cranbrook getting the extra man to it, but St. Mary's fished it free on the kill with Kavik, and he sent it down the ice.
Great work by Kavik, shorthanded, kept that puck out of the center ice lane, pushed it to the wall. You saw him skate it out, get it in deep, and he's already off for a change.
This power play for Cranbrook would bleed into the third.
Yep.
Nice kick save by Mason Shea. And that puck apparently did not get out to neutral ice. Big drive Timko, Shea save. Cranbrook still battling, and Mason's on top of it.
Again, I like the pressure. I like what Cranbrook's doing, their movement, their positioning, where they're at on the power play, how they're going about it. But that young man there has kept it even at 0 here.
Mason Shea has not been the full-time starter all year. This is only his 8th start of the year. You would never know it by watching him tonight.
You're right.
Point shot blocked. Under 10 to go in the period. Stephen Brown's pass was tipped. Pass in front. Final opportunity blocked. And we're off to the third. Still nothing.
Wow. Unreal. What a game this is. It's certainly like a playoff game. It feels like that down here at ice level. Both teams heading to their respective goaltenders, and rightfully so. I mean, these guys are absolutely playing unreal hockey in their goals for these respective teams, and that's where we stand. So you mentioned it, Evan, there late in the period. 50 seconds will carry over in the minor penalty to St. Mary's, so Cranbrook will start with clean ice in the third with nearly a full 60 to work with on the man advantage.
You know, we started the broadcast talking about how last year Cranbrook lost to St. Mary's 9-1. We were joking, well, obviously we didn't think it would be a 9-1 game, but St. Mary's coming in such a hot hockey club, Ben, you did wonder what tone this game would take. And Cranbrook, so far tonight, looks every bit the part of a team that's won 3 in a row and figures to make a little noise when the playoffs start soon. After 2 periods at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, one of the best in the state in a dogfight against one of the best programs in the history of high school hockey in Michigan. Still nothing between Cranbrook and St. Mary's after 2 periods.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think, it's a place where we learn how to think. Education of the mind can be found almost anywhere. Education of the soul is what I've been taught at St. Mary's. So, if you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We want to give a freaky fast shout out to the Jimmy Johns at the corner of Square Lake and Telegraph in Bloomfield for feeding our entire crew with the prep tonight. Always fresh, fast, and delicious. The Tomey Group has 45 Jimmy John's locations in and around Metro Detroit, and let me tell you, they never disappoint. Thank you to the rest of our partners here at the Prep, including Encompass Management Group, delivering to a higher standard. Give them a call, 888-675-9229. General Contracting at West 13 Mile Road in Southfield. Give them a call at 248. You just saw the number on the screen. Also, give a call to the painting specialists at Siemens Services. Go to SiemensServices.com or call the number on the screen. And as always, thank you to our friends at Berg Tool. Heck of a hockey game going on at Orchard Lake St. Mary's tonight. Same score as when we started, 0-0. The two netminders have been remarkably good. Mason Shea for St. Mary's and Garrett Dudler for Cranbrook have been remarkable all night. Thanks for joining us on The Prep. Make sure to follow us at all of our various channels on social media, and make sure to like and subscribe as you're watching tonight on YouTube. Heck, even give us a comment in the live chat. But if they're mean, I may call you out on live television. Sorry, not sorry. Third period from Orchard Lake St. Mary's starts in a little bit.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Instant classic brewing at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 0-0 between Cranbrook and St. Mary's after a couple of periods of hockey. Before we start the third, down we go to Ben Holden standing by with the head coach for Cranbrook, John LaFontaine.
Indeed, Evan. Evan just threw to me and said instant classic. I mean, this thing feels, John, thanks for your time, number one. It's great to talk to you. This thing feels like a playoff game, doesn't it? What's your mindset? What's the biggest takeaway of the game so far?
Well, I'm glad you said that, Ben, because for us it's we have to continue to get better, and we've made some strides, but we have to be able to play with the big guys. And right now, you know, Orchard Lake is as big as it gets. I mean, they've got a heck of a team. They don't have any weaknesses, so I'm really proud of our guys that they've come out and are battling and they're getting the pucks and we were a team that we weren't getting the pucks first early in the year, and now we're getting the pucks first and we're stronger on the puck. We're not giving the puck away. So it's been fun to see our guys
gain some confidence today.
I watched your goaltender. It looked like he has a routine where he's outside of the room, at least in the intermission. Talk about the way he's played, because he came out and really, from the first save, I could see this kid's the real deal. He set the tone for your team.
Ben, I'm glad you said that, because I've struggled to figure out why nobody else has been saying he's the real deal now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're fortunate to have Garrett, and he's got high end written all over him. And, you know, he has the passion and the character and the work ethic to go with some unbelievable skills. So we have a third defenseman back there, and he's as good as it gets. So.
Yep, and we talked about that in the game. Last thing, what's the biggest thing you need to see out of your team here in the third, John, as you try to get a goal here, which I think if you do, it's probably going to be enough.
Yeah, you know, I want to see us work hard off the puck offensively. Just get open, get to the net, get some bodies to the net a little bit more, and then I want to see us continue to play better off the puck defensively. And that was our best period off the puck in a long time, so it was good to see. So.
Great, thanks. Great to catch up today, and we appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ben, as always, buddy. You're awesome.
You too,
appreciate
man.
It.
See you, John. John LaFontaine, there's the thoughts from him. And, yeah, this feels like a playoff game, Evan. It really does. And somebody scores, it may be enough to win this hockey game. I can't wait for this third to get going. Back to you.
It is very, very hard to envision Mason Shea or Garrett Dudler giving up anything in this third period, but we will see what happens in just a few seconds. Highlights from that second period. It has been a physical game from the moment they dropped the puck, and a couple of saves that Mason Shea made in that second period made you shake your head in amazement. That one he made was absolutely silly, a full extension dive to his right. A couple of other good stops there as well, Ben, as Cranbrook, for large chunks of that second period, honestly controlled action.
They really did. And, you know, I mean, I think, you know, listening to John LaFontaine, I mean, he's encouraged. I mean, you know, getting the pucks, doing the things that we've talked about. And I'm not saying what I said to be phony about his goalie. This kid's the real deal. I mean, he really is. And you know, you could hear that, you and I, when we talked to him earlier today. And it's been really impressive to see. And this can be a dangerous team down the stretch in the playoffs. And you got that kid in net, you never know. I mean, you get hot, you win 5-6 games, you win the whole thing, right? So, long way to go for that, Evan. But most importantly here, Cranbrook, 50 seconds to start the period on the man advantage. Here we go, partner.
St. Mary's wins the faceoff. That always helps, killing it off. And Cranbrook's got it at center. Off we go in the third period. This game's had everything except a goal, and it's got to get a goal at some point.
Some point, we got to have a goal, right?
And yes, you would think.
You would think.
You with Cranbrook coming ahead. Seiko with speed, walking into the slot, and they're about to go to a 5-on-3. Oh, boy.
Speed kills, right? And he had all the speed in the world there, did Roman Seiko, flying through the neutral zone.
Hey, Roman.
Beautiful, beautiful set of feet he's got on him. And there's the guilty party going into the box for St. Mary's. It's going to be Julian Staparo right there. And speed coming at you. And John talked with us about him earlier. He's one of the guys he highlighted. He said he's one of the engines on our team, and you saw it right there. So here's the glorious chance that neither team's had, a 5-on-3, Evan.
St. Mary's wins a massive face-off, and Cranbrook actually cleared it out to center ice for him.
Bad pass.
Seiko flops it ahead, still time on the 5-on-3. Open ice for Cranbrook. Pass to the slot, backhanded on Shea, rebound, score! Cranbrook opens the scoring, a 5-on-3 tally for Caleb Goldstein.
Their bench is absolutely going nuts, and they should be. What an effort. Two-man advantage, and they bury one. Dirty area to get that puck and find it. And Cranbrook's on top here as we look back. Little centering play, gets it in front. Nifty play there. On the way to the net by the goal scorer, Caleb Goldstein, and then he finishes up on the second effort. Massive, massive goal in this game.
That is Caleb's first goal of the season.
Awesome.
That bench is going nuts for multiple reasons.
Yep.
They're leading one of the best teams in the state, and Caleb just scored his first goal of the year at the absolute best time for it.
He sure did. Buckle up. Here we go.
And they are still on a power play.
Yep.
But St. Mary's has an opportunity shorthanded. This is Brennan Morgan. Pass in front. Just goes wide. A 2-on-1 that was nearly capitalized shorthanded for St. Mary's.
And Evan, those are the plays that I talked about earlier in the game. You're not going to beat this kid at the Cranbrook net in Dudler unless you get him moving, and man, they had the great chance there. Here they come again.
Pitched forward back further by Jacob Hughes. Coming up on 45 seconds remaining in the Cranbrook man advantage. They scored on the 5-on-3, but the 5-on-4 portion has been dominated by St. Mary's on the kill.
It has.
Still time though for Cranbrook, coming ahead on the breakout. Saho enters the zone. Taken off the play on a hard hit by Don Pierre for St. Mary's, but he was back checked off the play by big Stephen Brown. Shoots it, and it's off the side of the post. Puya holds the zone, takes a hit, keeps on ticking. And the net comes off its moorings again. That has been a recurring theme tonight.
Yeah, it has. So 12 seconds remaining in the power play for Cranbrook. They'll get some fresh troops out on the ice, and I'm not sure who that is. Is that the goal scorer there? Who was that? But anyways.
I'm not sure. We've talked about all the success, Ben, that Cranbrook's hockey program has. As you can see on the screen, there's been some remarkable hockey players and teams to come through St. Mary's, but the fact of the matter is they haven't won a state title since 2008, and all those guys in red and white know that the job's not finished until the bitter end this year.
Yeah, and that's just amazing to me, all the great teams Brian's had here, and year after year, they're always a team that you got to deal with in this state.
Cranbrook slot shot rising high over Mason Shea.
With this team, we're going to find out a lot.
That's why you let it go from the blue line with a guy perched in front. Would you believe that Cranbrook leads one of the best teams in the state 2-0? That bench is going nuts.
They are.
Braun Scheidel, judging by the reaction, was the man who tipped the shot from the point into the back of the net.
Yep, the sophomore and the bench, they were electric like they were on the first goal. And he sure did. He got a piece right there. A great tip, good shot there from Wyatt Versfeld, and it's 2-0 Cranes.
St. Mary's with urgency into the offensive zone. They haven't lost in a month.
Yeah.
And right now they are firmly behind the 8-ball. A lot of hockey to go, but it's going to be tough to beat this guy in net, Garrett Dudler, twice.
You're not kidding, Evan. And on that goal, I was getting ready to say you're going to find out a lot about the resolve of St. Mary's, and that's even doubly important now, being down, as you just said, 2 goals. I mean, can you beat this guy once? Look out.
What a mistake, but the shot goes wide by Pivot. I think that's the only mistake Garrett Dudler's made all night.
Wow, you're not kidding. He's testing the stick too, and he dodged a big one there, and probably laughing that one off a little bit with Brian Smolinski. He has smoke played in the NHL for a long time. Here's the play. That's why I checked that stick. I think he just kind of muffed on it a little bit there on that backhand attempt, but draw to his right now.
There's still darn near the entire third period to go, but these 2 early goals for Cranbrook have given St. Mary's some desperate energy on that ice right now.
And I'm, again, right next to the bench here, and there's a ton of energy down here from Cranbrook's side.
Dudler makes another blocker save as Roberts took that shot from the slot.
Yep. They got the mojo right now, and somehow St. Mary's got to dig down and find a way to get one here and get themselves to within 1 shot here with 13.5 to play here in the third.
Roberts stays on the ice, wins the face-off for St. Mary's. Right side shot goes wide. Dompierre holds the zone left side. Played further to Thad Rainish. Muscled off the play. Roberts finds it for St. Mary's. He tried the Michigan, and Dudler made the save.
Love it.
You got to have some guts to try that in a game.
You do.
Dompierre's shot was blocked by Timko. careening all the way on Shea. Gets it right back to the blue liner who turned it over. But there's a Cranbrook penalty.
Yep, there is. Dom Pierre was down there, and it's going to be an interference call on Nick Timko. So here's a chance for St. Mary's to get a jump here with a power play coming up. And we're going to look back here at the call. Yep. Hitting the back there, and it's a good call. Brian Smolinski's going over to talk to John LaFontaine. No argument there. That's a good call. Here we go, Evan.
Timko in the box for the second time tonight. Shot on Dudler. Save made on Kavic's try.
Shots were 24-22 at the start of the period in favor of St. Mary's. That's great, but they, for their side, need to find a way to get one by number one.
Golden shot on this power play. Right side shot blocked. Puck squirts all the way to this near side of the ice. St. Mary's getting the extra men to it. Johnston, one of the men, sticking his mitts in there. Starparo holds and shoots. It's blocked wide. Kerkap for Kavic. Shot blocked. St. Mary's holds the zone. Pawed down far side of the ice. Johnston with room. Bank back to the blue line. Shot tipped. Bodies falling down. Cranbrook bench wanted a penalty. They didn't get it.
Nope, they're not going to.
Big, juicy rebound. A couple of great saves. Pucks in the net. Wave it off. No goal.
Well, we're going to look back at this. Referee was right there. Immediately said no goal. And you see Garrett Dudler coming off for a little breather, and Johnston had a really good shift on this power play. It looked like he jammed it in. He did, but whistle went, and it's no goal, so it remains 2-0 here.
They bring the puck and the face-off to center. Again, they were working on a piece of Dudler's equipment. They've had to work on his equipment a couple of times tonight. Just under a minute remaining on the St. Mary's power play. Cranbrook has scored twice in this third period and put one of the better hockey teams in Michigan on the ropes.
On the road.
Yeah. Big hit behind the net. Cranbrook finds that free puck and clears it again. Carrera kickstarts the breakout for St. Mary's. Striding over the center ice logo, dumping it deep. Dudler behind the net. Spikes it off the high glass, but not out of the zone. Now Cranbrook gets it down the ice again.
Their penalty kill has been so good tonight. Cranbrook's, I mean, they've been textbook every time they've had to kill. Been really impressed with that part of their game.
Down the ice it goes again, effectively killing off the rest of the St. Mary's power play. Cranbrook player falls down. This allows St. Mary's to get up the ice with a little bit of steam initially, but Timko out of the box took it away, and then he was hit hard. Charlie Roberts. Pass tipped off a Cranbrook limb. Rainish for St. Mary's. Cranbrook in their own defensive zone, playing it back to the near side of the ice, and on a play with 10.5 to go. So Ben, now with the score being what it is, does the strategy change at all for Cranbrook, or how much longer can you keep the foot on the gas pedal?
I don't think it changes, Evan. I just think you got to ratchet it up another notch. I mean, you've got to make sure every single puck is at the net, and you've got to get two. If you can get three bodies to the front, I think that's the only thing you adjust. I think the way they're playing, it's what John LaFontaine talked about with me at the end of the second period, keeping them out of the cycle game.
Johnston shot, stick to side and into the mesh off Dudler's stick.
See, and I like that play by Johnston there. Just what I talked about. Get pucks, everything at the net. Every single puck's got to be at the net. Nothing cute, simple hockey. Go back to the roots of the game. Pucks at the net, bodies to the net. Good things will happen. That's what they got to keep doing.
St. Mary's loses the offensive zone faceoff. Pinching and holding the zone right side of the ice. Stephen Brown, big-bodied forward for Cranbrook, loses the puck. Morgan with space, shot blocked. Another shot blocked.
Yep.
Cranbrook giving up their bodies in the last couple of minutes, trying to protect this 2-0 lead. Played back in front. Steered to the near side of the ice. And out to center to Stephen Brown. Keeps on moving, big number 20.
It's 260, man.
Man, he is a load.
Good luck defending that.
I believe the proper term is Stephen Brown's a big rig out there.
Oh, he's a big rig. He's a Mack truck. He's played good, too, all kidding aside.
Free puck at the center ice logo. Steered to Johnston. Coming ahead with speed. Cradling on his forehand, now turning backhand. To the point. Shot tipped wide. St. Mary's on the attack. Trying to crawl back in this hockey game. Back to the blue line and Hughes. Shot saved by Dudler again. That's darn near his 30th save tonight.
Yep, you could hear that one in the parking lot off his goal stick. So good low shot. St. Mary's looking for some tips, and here you see the banners here in the arena for the Eaglets. What a venue this is. What a program they've got here. I mean, imagine being in high school and having your own rink. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So you can say the same about Cranbrook. They've got a beautiful facility too.
Special night here tonight, Ben. It's senior night.
Right.
You opened the broadcast talking about one of those things as an athlete you've got to guard against is a letdown on senior night.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be fair to accurately say that this has been a letdown for St. Mary's. They've just run into a Cranbrook team playing great hockey.
Totally agree. I mean, if they lose the game, it's a disappointment. I don't think they've had any letdown. I think they played their game. What Brian Clano talked with us about pregame, we met with him for 15 minutes. He said, we just got to play our game, possess the puck. They've done that, but you've got to tip your hat number one to number one in the Cranbrook net. And for the way Cranbrook has defended and moved pucks here, and we got some stuff behind the play, Evan.
Cranbrook player lost his stick, and they did stop play because of what was going on behind the rush.
Yep. So no penalties, I don't believe, or maybe there is one, yeah. Timko's going to come back in.
I mean, at this point, poor Nick Timko should set up a cot. That's the third different time he's been on the box.
Yeah, we need a bigger bench down here. Of course, I'm not on the bench, I'm standing, but there's plenty of room. Backup goalies in here, too.
Hey, crowd in a small space, extra body heat in a hockey rink, Ben. You're good.
I'm good, man. I'm where I should be in the rink, in the box.
So many jokes, so little time.
Understood.
This is a St. Mary's power play, by the way.
Yep.
Coming up on 8 minutes to go, down by 2.
And a big one, Evan. They need a goal on this power play.
Johnston whiffed on the pass, but St. Mary's did find it, sent it into the offensive zone, and that thing was spiked high off the glass and out by Cranbrook.
That was a twisted shot coming out. Yeah, to me, this is a must-have on the power play for St. Mary's. They want a shot at getting back in it. They got to get one right here.
Shot saved Dudley. Kirkab back across the ice. Played back on Dudley. Wow. Save made. Rebound loose. In that crease. And held in. Havoc plays it along the boards. Cross ice pass. Dudler again. Wow. St. Mary's still possessing in the offensive zone of the power play. Their biggest of the night. Blocked in front. Loose puck. Wobbling around. Big try. Dudler again. My goodness. Another try blocked. Third try, Dudler saved. Wow. Played across. Dudler again, the man's a machine. And out to center ice.
Unbelievable. What do you make of that sequence, Evan? 5, 6 saves? I mean, this kid is putting on a clinic.
I think they just got too many men on the ice.
Yep, you're right. Yeah. I got 6 right here. Yep. Brian Schlitzky's like, yep, 6. They might have had 7. I mean, look at these saves from this kid. I mean, everything about what he does is technically sound. His technique is brilliant. Pads on the ice, stick on the ice, everything you want to see out of your goaltender. St. Mary's has got to be wondering, what do we have to do to get a puck by this guy? Just unreal, the performance he's put on here tonight.
Ben, watching Garrett Dudler play tonight, there's one man that's in the back of my mind.
Who's that?
Jean-Sebastian Giguère. My goodness.
From the Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminiscent. Timeout's been taken here by Cranbrook. 27 seconds to go in the penalty, and so they're going to talk things over. But St. Mary's, like I said, Evan, when the power play started for them, this was one they have to get a goal here, in my opinion. If they don't get one, I don't know they're going to get 2 unless there's more penalties. But Garrett Dudler has just been unbelievable. And the buy-in from this Cranbrook team, as you heard from John LaFontaine about winning wall battles and stopping their cycle game, that's what makes St. Mary's so good. Their cycle game, the possession game that they play with, the skill they play with, all those things make them the team they are. And they have done everything that they've been expected of in this game, but Garrett Dudler has stopped them every single time to this point.
Garrett's brother Gunnar was the goalie on the team last year. If Gunnar's not watching live, he's going to come back and watch the highlights.
Oh.
And like any good brother, he'll give Garrett a little crap and then think in the back of his mind, man, my brother played well.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, Cranbrook with this kid in the net, I mean, the sky's the limit. Seriously.
St. Mary's still on the power play. This is a 5-on-3 after that too many men on Cranbrook for 20 seconds. Out to center ice, that'll kill a little time for the Cranes.
37-25 are the shots to this point.
Dudler behind the net, plays it off the boards, but not out. Point shot. Blocked. Morgan back in front. Wobbling puck, they're whacking away. That net is off the moorings again.
Yep.
No goal because it came off.
Wow. Brennan Morgan, never one to be afraid to nose through the trash in there in the dirty scoring areas. You see, again, how technically sound Dudler is. I mean, at the end there, obviously, he's getting around a little bit because the puck kept moving around, but first stop, he's always right where he needs to be, and that's why he's been so hard to beat. Kind of an equation would be like a first pitch strike. I know you're a baseball guy, Evan. If you don't get it on the first one, most times with this kid, from what I've seen tonight, you're not going to beat him. He's made 2, 3, 4 save after save at times in this game.
Another Dudler save on cue.
Yep.
And Cranbrook clears. 6 minutes remaining. About 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the St. Mary's power play. Into the offensive zone they come. Dudler out of his net. And that is not down the ice, down the play.
Into the net.
Yep.
Dudler's going to come over again, and I don't know if it's an equipment thing. I think he just needs a breather. He took his mask. Now it's that strap on the back of his neck that he's had to go to about 3 times. You get a good look at it there, and you know what? Why not buy a little extra time? I mean, he's been working and working. St. Mary's they've chucked about 15 shots at him here in this period. It's been his most busy and productive period in terms of stopping the puck here so far, and we're not done. We got 6 minutes to go.
And 1 minute remaining on this St. Mary's power play. They lose the offensive zone faceoff, but Cranbrook cannot clear the zone after they won the faceoff. Eaglets fish it free. Backhand shot blocked. Kerncap still holding. Passing right side of the ice. Now further along that wall. Dudler, save, of course. Cranbrook overskates the puck. Back in front, Dudler again. Johnston stonewalled. Eaglets hold the zone. Play it to space. Tracking it down with Pivot. Back to the blue line. Tipped in front. Loose puck. Steered aside. Back to the blue line. Swing and a miss on the pass. Bodies falling down. Final few seconds of the St. Mary's power play. Right in front of the Cranbrook bench. Cranbrook clears down the ice, and that St. Mary's power play is done.
What a battle. I mean, what a battle from Cranbrook to kill these penalties here in the third, Evan. Just, you got to tip your hat to them. All these players, the D, the forwards, they've all bought in, and it's been a really clinical effort in terms of their PK tonight.
Cranbrook in the offensive zone, loses the puck out to center. Sussick for St. Mary's. Turning back forehand, passing in front. Cranbrook takes it away and gets it out to center with Timko. Last year, Cranbrook came here to St. Mary's and lost 9-1.
Yeah.
It's remarkable what can happen in a year.
Yeah.
Still time for St. Mary's. Sussick plays it back in front. Cranbrook swats it down the ice for an icing that allows them to change with under 4 minutes to go.
They need it. Everybody's tired. Everybody's gassed. These young guys will keep playing all night if you let them, but Brian Clano's going to call on Brendan Morgan to come out, 65, along with Brendan Kelly. And they've also got Alex Connon out there up front.
St. Mary's wins another faceoff. Space. Dudler save with his shoulder. Back to space and held at the blue line by Brendan Kelly. Line backhand in front. Kelly after it again for St. Mary's. Coming up on 3.5 to go. Cannon for St. Mary's sends it wide. Connon for St. Mary's strides ahead with room. Alex Connon, backhand, Dudler save and swept aside.
So we're a little over 3 to go, Evan. I don't think Brian Clano pulls his goaltender yet, but I'd say somewhere around the 2.5-minute mark is probably where he's going to do it.
Coming up on that mark now, there's 3 minutes to go. Turnover, Cranbrook. Nobody home in front. Cranes take it away, plop it down the ice on Mason Shea. Nope, just to his left. Ends up being an icing.
Well, does he do it here? There's 2:51 to go. I'm watching his goaltender. It does not appear he's going to do it this early. Yeah, Shea's going to stay in there for the time being, Evan.
Yeah, that was the Patrick Waugh school for a few years there. Pull the goalie sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
We do get a timeout with 2:50 to go.
So this may change now. I mean, I'd love to be right next to their bench, but I'll do my best to try to. Cranbrook's backup goalie was kind enough to let me stand on the bench down here, so I'll try to look over here a little bit and see. Brian's drawing up the play, and good look at that. I don't know if this is going to result in him bringing Shea to the bench.
If you were him, Ben?
I'd pull him right now.
Okay.
I would. I would, because of the way that Dudler's played. I would. But I'm not going to question Brian. I mean, he's coached for 25 years here. But I personally would. I would pull him. And he might.
Yeah.
I mean, Shea's still on the ice, but that doesn't mean he's not coming to the bench. So what would you do?
I would pull him just because I would try anything to get my offense jump-started.
Right.
And you can see on their faces, if I'm a St. Mary's player, I'm thinking,
Yep.
I don't know what more we can do. We're just facing a goalie who's literally a human wall out there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we've talked about it throughout the game. I feel the same way. So curious to see when they break this little huddle on their bench. And Shea is going down to the end of the bench. He's coming off, I think.
He is.
Yep, he's pulling him. So, all right. I think it's the right move, clearly. Like you and I both said, we both do it. Get 3 guys in front of the net. It's about the only way you're going to beat this kid, the way he's played tonight.
Garrett Dudler has made 40-plus saves.
Yeah.
in a remarkable performance.
Here we go, Ev.
Cranbrook gets it down the ice toward that empty net, but it's wide and an icing.
So both teams can catch a little bit of wind here for another maybe 25, 30 seconds. St. Mary's has got to get 3 to the net. Maybe even 4. Everybody to the net, depending on where this puck goes, Evan.
Cranbrook face-off win. Battled for along the boards. St. Mary's holds the zone for a brief second, and now it's out to center. They have pulled the goalie. Now this is dangerous, and a Cranbrook goal. Michael Horton may have iced it. If you weren't paying attention to Cranbrook hockey, pay attention after tonight.
You're not kidding. Unreal. What a performance here on the road. Their goalie's been the star. This one will salt this game away into the gaping 4x6. Michael Horton, one of their captains. This bench is absolutely electric down here. This is a gutty win for Cranbrook here tonight.
And it feels strange to say, Ben, that we've been sleeping on Cranbrook because they've won 18 state championships. But the last couple of years, the record's not where they'd like it to be. But now you look at the way they played tonight, the guy they've got in between the pipes, and you go, okay, yeah, they can make a little noise.
Oh, yeah, they can make a lot of noise with Dudler in net. I mean, this team's young, but watching them up close as we have tonight, they're very well coached. I'm not surprised at all with John LaFontaine running their program now and the coaching staff he's got. Just like Brian Clano's side, I mean, great coaches, great players, but this game was ultimately decided by Garrett Dudler between the pipes for Cranbrook. I mean, that's the bottom line, period, end of story.
This team came in hot. They had won 3 games in a row. You could sense a quiet confidence in Coach LaFontaine when we talked to him earlier today.
You're right.
And it is apparent based on what you saw on the ice tonight.
Well, now if you're Cranbrook, you got 80 seconds left. You've worked this hard. You do not want to give up a late goal here.
That close to a scintillating shutout for Dudler. Morgan into the offensive zone. That speed. Back to the blue line, shot tipped high and out of play with a 1:02 to go.
Yeah, and I just watched the defenseman there, Jacob Hughes. I don't know if you saw that from up top after he shot that puck, and he just kind of put his head in his hands like, what do we got to do to get a puck by this guy? I mean, Garrett Dudler is in the heads of St. Mary's, and he really has been the entire third period. I watch them all skate by, and there's a little dejection in their faces. Here with a minute to go.
One of the oldest adages in hockey is you can't beat a hot goalie.
Yep.
But that would be a discredit, Ben, to what Cranbrook has done as a team. This was a 0-0 game coming into the third.
Yep.
They scored twice in the first 2 minutes and change in the third, and then got the job done late with that empty netter.
Yep, they fed off number 1. They did what their coach asked them to do. They won battles, they blocked shots, they chipped pucks, they sacrificed the body. They did all those things you got to do to win hockey games like this, and tip of the cap to them. I mean, St. Mary's unbeaten in their last 7 coming in, so they'll have to regroup, but they didn't play a bad game, Evan. They just like you said, the hot goalie won this game. That was the difference.
St. Mary's will be right back at it. We'll have the call for their Pink in the Rink game on Saturday night against Brother Rice. Shot tipped on Dudler, and he makes another save. I suppose that would be the one silver lining for St. Mary's is, yeah, tonight didn't go your way, but you're playing another great opponent on Saturday night and a chance to bounce right back after what's going to end up being a frustrating night.
Yeah, I had the headset off there for a minute. A couple of the players, we were chatting back and forth there a little bit, having a little fun with them. But, yeah, they're going to paint the ice pink when this game's over, and look forward to coming back in here on Saturday with you, Evan.
St. Mary's will have a shot for a bounce-back win on Saturday night. Final rush for them tonight.
They'll be frustrated. They got to come out sharp in that game.
This game is over, and Garrett Dudler just painted a masterpiece. one of the finest performances in between the pipes at any level of hockey you will ever see. The entire team is giving him a hug. A 40-plus save shutout in a road win at one of the state's best.
44 save shutout as they surround their goalkeeper, and great vantage point. The camera right out there following them around, and this was a signature win for Cranbrook here tonight. Their biggest win of the year, and Dudler's going to lead him to the front of the handshake line, and we're going to talk with him once we get a chance to get him over here and visit with him.
Ben, are you saying that Garrett Dudler is our G of the game? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that without saying it, yeah. And I've got the hat. The boss is down here with the hat, so we'll talk to him in a moment.
Garrett Dudler, #1 in blue and white, is skating around the ice like a little kid who got the perfect Christmas gift.
Taking a lap.
Yeah.
Why not?
Garrett joined the team right after the first of the year. They got him from AAA hockey, and tonight, a scintillating performance. Our G of the game, 44 saves in a shutout. Down to the ice we go as Ben is about to talk to the man of the night, Garrett Dudler.
You got your breath, young man?
Yeah, it was a long game. It's a good game. Boys fought hard. You know, we put 3 in. It's a good win. Needed win.
You've been given the G of the game hat, so we've got the business out of the way. I mean, what a performance. I mean, this has got to be the biggest win you guys have had this year.
Oh, thank you. Obviously the biggest one we've had. You know, Mary's a great team. You know, full of great guys, talented guys. They're deep. They got all 3. They can play. They can play well. They keep up, and they never stop going. And you know, we were just able to get out there and get the win. Did what we need to do.
Are you much of a baseball guy?
Not too much. Not
okay.
Too much.
Do you understand first pitch strikes?
Yeah.
That's what I said about you in this game, because it was a lot of one and done, man, and you controlled. And there was a sequence there. I think you made 5 or 6 saves in a row. Mm-hmm. What's the focus like? And I guess I want to go back to something I saw too between the second and third period. Yeah. You were out here. You weren't in the room. Is that part of your normal routine?
Yeah. I mean, I usually head out. I like to say a prayer in between each period. Okay. You know, give it to God. He's the reason I'm out here. He's the reason we're able to play. You know, He's given me everything I have, and you know, glories to Him. And it's just something I like to take my mind off the game, try and get out, try and stay calm. It's a little bit cooler out here than it is in the room.
Right.
You know, I just like to focus up on the game and stay dialed in.
As good as you were, and I know your teammates will say, hey, Duds won us that game, but how about your teammates, the sacrifices they made, blocking shots, chipping pucks, doing all the things they did?
Oh, definitely. There's no way that we could have ever won that game if they didn't all come together. You know, we all played as a team. We all played as a unit. They were out there blocking shots, you know, getting the pucks deep, getting them out. They were the only reason we were able to go out there and win that game. They put up 3 for us.
So your coach had told us earlier today you were playing travel hockey.
Yeah.
You came back to play high school.
Yeah.
Why'd you want to do that?
You know, I just had a great opportunity to come here, you know, to come in and play, and I took that, and I haven't looked back since.
Lastly, who's your favorite NHL goaltender?
Bobrovsky.
Good answer. Congratulations. Heck of a game. You guys played as good as you played all year. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, there's Garrett Dudler, our G of the game. 44 saves in a shutout win for the junior netminder from Cranbrook. Evan, back to you.
My goodness, Garrett Dudler with one of the finer performances in between the pipes. You will see. And Ben, you said it all night long. Cranbrook, a team that is getting hot at the right time. The 3 goals to start the third, and a netminder who was playing out of his mind. Heck yeah, they can make a little noise the next few weeks.
I think they can make a lot of noise, Evan. I mean, that young man, and it's so cool to see stories like that. That's why I wanted to ask him about coming back and leaving travel hockey and coming back to play in the high school ranks. I mean, I think that's great for high school hockey in this state. I think we need to see more of that. This state is full of travel teams, and it's full of really good high school hockey programs too. And as you mentioned a few times, Cranbrook with 18 state championships in their history. And with this kid in net, it might be 19 sooner than later. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being dead honest because this young guy is going to be a star down the road. He's going to get a chance to play college hockey, and he could go beyond that. So really impressive performance out of him tonight. It was something to see. 44 shots. If you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's, you played the game you wanted to play. You just couldn't get a puck by this kid because he's so good in the crease.
Remarkable performance. Heck of a hockey game for Cranbrook. Ben, great job as always.
You too.
They have cut to me up here.
There you are.
Just in case you thought we were lying that I'm up here and Ben's down there. I want to make sure I'm clear as well that Ben's down there and I'm up here because he's tougher than me. He could potentially take a puck to the face and he's good. Me, I want none of that. I'm protecting the moneymaker. I'm up here. Ben can go down there. How's that sound, Ben?
It's fine. You got a few years on me yet, so I understand. It's all good.
Appreciate you as always, my
You
friend,
too,
and
bud.
appreciate our hard-working crew. That was a heck of a hockey game to cover tonight.
Yep.
We're right back at St. Mary's on Saturday night all day long for the special Pink in the Ring ceremonies. Ben and I will have the call at the end of the day for that great Brother Rice St. Mary's matchup. We'll have coverage of all the games all day, and we're excited to cover it as a crew from start to finish on Saturday. For our entire crew, led by our fearless leader, Alex Westfall, behind the scenes, and for my partner, Ben Holden. Evan Stockton saying thanks for watching from St. Mary's tonight. Cranbrook walks in and spoils senior night. Garrett Dudler, a 44-save shutout. And St. Mary's falls for the first time in 8 games. Cranbrook wins by a 3-0 final. Thanks for joining us for a heck of a night of high school hockey here in Michigan. And we'll talk to you again from St. Mary's in a couple of days.